Hi, my name is Nunziata, and I'm a New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film. And I'm also a proud FENIX Global Artist Ambassador. Today, I am thrilled to be speaking with the incredible talent, the acclaimed singer-actress, Kristina Nicole Miller. For more on Kristina, you can read more about her right below this video. But in the meantime, here's a sneak peek at the incredible talent of Kristina Nicole Miller.
And I'm so glad you don't, 'cause I surely would have lost your love. God, I thank you for never giving me. You're my peace. All my cares I'll cast on thee. I will cast on thee.
Well, hello, Kristina. How are you?
Great. How about yourself? So good to see you.
It is so good to see you. And the audience just got a little sneak peek of your amazing talent, Kristina. And I'm so grateful that I got to meet you in a production of the 2019 revival of Over Here that I was very fortunate to be hired to adapt and direct, and to give people just a little bit of an idea of the situation. Someone had dropped out. An actress had dropped out, and we were kind of like, it was like one of these showbiz stories, you hear about in the movies. And I needed a big talent for this pivotal role that essentially I was adapting to become the heartbeat of the show. And the 11 o'clock number of the show became a stripped down version, no orchestra, everything out, but you singing. Was it the Star Spangled Banner or God
It
Bless
was, yeah. The Star Spangled Banner, yeah.
Like I just told you off, in our pre-interview, you changed the molecules of that theater. I mean, and I know you've been doing this your whole career. People just heard a little bit of your talent, but I want to start from the beginning. Sorry, I'm making this about me talking about you. What about letting me speak, Will? I want to know, Kristina, where did you grow up and when did you know you had this beautiful gift of singing?
Yeah, I grew up in Akron, Ohio. I went to performing arts middle and high schools there, but I started singing. My mom likes to brag when I was like 18 months. Before I could speak full sentences, I was singing Let Freedom Ring by Larnell Harris on record in our living room.
I love it.
Yeah, I've pretty much never shut up since then.
Well, listen, what I love so much about your talent, Kristina, is that you bring to the table not only the craft as a singer, but as an actress, but also you bring church to the table. And I don't mean that by the literal church, but you bring a spirituality and another worldliness to the table that you can't put your finger on. I like to call it the it factor. And I want to know if anyone besides me has ever noticed that, but also when you perform, do you feel kind of all of those elements coming together at times?
Wow, that is so kind of you to say.
It's the truth.
When I was growing up and in performing arts schools, especially high school, I had a drama teacher named Mark Zimmerman, and he was such a pivotal teacher in me crafting how I think about songs, how I think about scripts. And it did for a long time become my catharsis, my church. It still is.
Wow, I didn't even know this, by the way.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of funny that you picked up on that little thing, because it really has become that for me over the years. So I appreciate that.
Well, listen, as a singer, as an actress, as a songwriter, in everything you do, you definitely, I mean, I can just feel it. I can just feel you taking the time to arc a song, a story, one that you write or are interpreting. And, again, people can go below this video, see what you've done, but also please check her out, because you sing so many different genres of music, whether it's you know, Michael John LaCusa's The Wild Party, to, you know, a hymn, to musical theater, to a classic standard. You put your own stamp on it because you're investing yourself in a life or death stake type of way into even what might be just a 3-minute moment, you know?
Yes. Yes, I completely agree with you. It is that for me. It is that kind of life or death. It hurts so much that I have to get the story out. Like when I'm singing a song, it's like there were no words for it. There's only melody. Music transcends language. And for me, that the storytelling part of music is the most important thing to convey.
I know, and the fact that like you just so happen to have one of the most magnificent voices I've ever heard on top of that stakes, because excuse my French, and I won't edit this out because God bless, it's my interview show. But I love and I know you probably think the same way, but I love the stories when we eavesdrop in when shit hits the fan. And for you,
yes.
Every single thing I've ever seen you do live or on YouTube or elsewhere, we are eavesdropping in and you create those stakes even when they're not there. You create the world where all of a sudden I'm like, I'm not just seeing a singer sing a song. I'm like, whoa, I'm like eavesdropping in on something just happened and now we're in the song because she can't speak anymore.
Oh, that means so much to me. That is really what I strive for every time I perform, every time I sing a song, every time I pick up a script, anytime I do anything, is to honor and convey the message of the character. And I'm so glad that that's really what happens. You know, when you're up there and you're doing it, it's like the audience could receive it or not receive it, and you know, it is what it is. Sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's a miss. But the fact that people see the work that's put in behind the scenes when I do get to perform in front of I miss live performance, but when I do get to perform live, it means the world to me, really, truly.
Well, you know, I got to witness it in a rehearsal room. You didn't have many lines in the show, but the lines that you did have, you know, when we had adapted, and I felt like we were creating it together, me and you, this storyline of you holding something the whole time of your brothers who had gone off to war.
Yes.
And the fact that you were able to release that as almost a reconciliation, a prayer through that song of the national anthem. You were building the beats throughout the show with these little lines here and there that we kind of place like a rock skipping across a lake. And every moment, it was like, it's like my favorite performance I love in all theater. It's the ones that like are strong in their restraint. And you have that quality about you. You kind of like, well, I'm sure you've been told this before, but you own the stage, but it's not like a, look at me, I'm fabulous. It's just like, there's something active going on while you're still.
Yes. Again, back to my training, it really is all about intent and intention. And even in those silent moments, reacting to what's happening around you, because that also is building what you're going to say next. That's driving where you're going to be, what emotion you're going to have next. So it really is important to connect in those ways when you, even if you're just walking up on stage and singing a song, you have to take that moment to like think about really what the song is about, where you are, and what it means, and what it could mean to someone else out there. So it could be a healing moment for someone. So that's the way I always think about it. And also there's always this prayer that I say before I go on, you know, help me to inspire someone to be the best that they can be, and help me to be the best that I can be in this moment. So that's always my goal and my driving force performance.
You can make me cry. I already cried before with another interview. You're gonna get me going. You have such a beautiful soul. You know, you're an artist who I really believe is a vessel, and you believe in yourself as a vessel. And when you see those artists, which are very few and far between, they become a star. they're looked at like a star because they don't think they are. And it's such a nice, warm, comfortable thing to see. And look, I could talk to you forever. I'm so excited you're coming on board FENIX, which you mentioned the word connection and transcendent. Your talent's transcendent. I can't wait for other artists and future collaborators to connect with you and collaborate with you. You always will have my endorsement. You have one of the biggest champions, and we only got to work together for, such a short time. There will be many more, and I'm grateful for you coming on board.
Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. I am so thankful for you for taking the time to have this interview with me, for thinking of me at all for this project and process. And I just want to thank you. You are a true force to be reckoned with in the theater community. And it is such a joy, honor, and privilege to be a part of your theater family. And I'm just so thankful for you. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Well, you're very kind, but Kristina, you're in my tribe. Like I was telling our mutual friend Blake Allen recently, I have very few and far between, like, in the tribe, and you're in my tribe. And when I can work with you, please, I will. It's going to continue to happen. And it was so great to see you and talk with you.
You as well. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
In the digital age, artists and bands struggle to make a living. In fact, only a small number of artists can live off their craft. For the 98% of artists that don't have the luxury of being signed to a label, it's tough. But artists deserve to live off their art. Wherever you are around the world, appreciation of music does not change. FENIX brings bands and their fans together, whilst allowing bands to properly monetize their passion. The FENIX app will directly connect bands and fans with no need for middlemen. We're utilizing the blockchain to give the power back to the artist once and for all. Join FENIX, join the change.